Springtime is finally here. Yes, it is spring all around us, and it's spring here at Hey Sister, my two cute sisters. And as the spring season comes in, we want to make sure that we're doing everything we can to move towards our best self. You know, here our goal is to adopt a growth mentality, a prosperity mentality, and to let go of all the things that are no longer serving us as women of a certain age, and men, if you're here too. Since it is spring, I want to do this episode on how we can begin to spring clean. We need to spring clean our minds. First of all, ladies and gentlemen, if we need to do some cleaning, we need to clean out that negative thinking. Be sure to check out my video on negative thinking, but we have to clean all that junk out, all this stuff that's got stuck in our minds that are not serving us, that really did serve us to begin with. Those negative thoughts, those thoughts that we are not good enough, thoughts that we are not prospering, that we're not going to make it, that we're just stuck. We're going to clean all of that out, and we're going to move forward with it. As spring comes, and we know spring's a time of rebirth, renewal. Everything is being refreshed. We're going to make sure our minds are refreshed. How are we going to do that? We're going to refresh our minds by going to YouTube, somewhere I love, and find us 2 or 3 good podcasters that are talking about empowering women and being our best self. And we're going to tune into them, and we're going to listen. I'm an advocate for us being a community, for us growing, and listen to somebody else with some good advice. Someone can always tell you something. And so we're going to begin to listen to positive thinking, to positive messages. We're also going to find us a person or two that's going to be giving us some good advice financially on how to get our finances in order, to straighten up our credit, straighten up our lives. We're going to be financially fit. Even if we've fallen into a place that seems like we can't come out of financially, we're going to find a way to get out, because that's a part of our whole health and well-being. When you are in the middle of financial strain, you're frustrated, you are overwhelmed, and you feel like everything you do is in vain. You don't feel like you're ever going to come out. You feel like you're just constantly drowning. Well, we're not going to feel like that, because that's not the mindset or mentality in which we're going to have. That helps to contribute to our victim mentality. We're going to push that to the side. We're going to adopt the mentality of strength, of perseverance. And so we're going to begin to listen to these other people about how to get our finances in order. We're going to get them books to read. We're going to read books on how we can make a change, how we can change our mental mindset. We're going to read books on how we can correct our finances. Another thing we're going to do, we're going to start journaling. We're going to keep a journal. We're going to write down the thoughts that come to our mind. We're going to write down what we can do to help us move forward. We're going to formulate a plan. We're going to make sure we are doing prudent planning, because that is what we need in order to move forward. We can't keep just saying, I'm going to do it, and never do a plan. As they tell us in education all the time, failing to plan is planning to fail. So we're not going to do that. We're going to make sure we are formulating that plan. We're reading the things we need to read. We're listening to the things we need to listen to. If you need to get you some subliminals, some meditation, some positive affirmations, then do that. Be sure to check out mine here on the channel. But make sure you're getting something that is going to help propel you into your new self. So we're cleaning out stinking thinking. That's one of the first things that's going to leave here. Then we're also going to examination of our friend set. We're going to do an examination of our relationships and see what is not serving us. If they are not serving us anymore, then we're going to have to release them. If we're in the middle of friends who are toxic, we're also going to be releasing those toxic friends. That's just like when you have clothes and you change size. That most of us women know at one time we are not the same size that we were about 10 years ago. We're not the same size we were 20 years ago. But you can't keep those clothes that don't fit. And I know a lot of us have a bad habit of just putting to the side. I'm going to get back in there later. I'm going to be able to wear that later so we can hold on to it, or we keep it. But we can't keep holding on to things that no longer fit, that no longer serve us. We have to clean that closet. Just like we do actual physical spring cleaning, we have to do actual physical spring cleaning of our minds, of our friend set. If we have toxic friends, we gotta let those toxic friends go, and we're going to replace them with people who are positive, people who are helping us to be our best selves, who are prompting us to do what we're supposed to do, who are holding us accountable. So we make sure we have those type of friends. We're going to ask ourselves, is this person bringing me peace? Is this helping to bring me peace in my life? Or is this bringing me pressure? Is this giving me stress? How do I feel after I talk to this person? Does this person uplift me, or do they make me feel down? If it's down, then we're going to release them. We are going to come up with a different daily routine. What do I mean? I mean, we're going to change up these old routines that we've had, the old things that we were doing, the old way we were looking at things. Sometimes you need to switch it up. Even if it's actually your physical, what you do in the morning to get up and go to work, the way you do it, you might need to take a different route to work. I watch a lot of crime shows. I love crime, medical mysteries in general. And one of the things I watched on the crime shows is how the stalker, the offender, unsub, has watched this person and discovered their routine, and they knew exactly where they were going to go and exactly when they were going to do it, because we're consistent. We are so predictable until where they made it easy for somebody to grab them or to commit some crime against them. And so now is a good time to switch up our routine. Let's do something a little different. We might want to add in walking or getting 10 minutes of quiet time, 10 minutes more of exercise. Like I said, journaling, reading, we're going to set some time aside for us, but we're going to switch up some of that routine. We're going to do something just a little different to spruce up our lives, spruce up our routine, to spruce up what we're doing, because as I said, it's spring. It's a time for new beginnings and change. And so it's part of our new beginning. We're changing some things about our daily routine. We're going to declutter our physical space. Yes, we will actually do a little actual spring cleaning. We're going to throw out the things that no longer serve us. We're going to start one drawer at a time. I used to get really frustrated at work because I feel like all the weight was on my shoulder, had to do everything. And I'm still almost like that now. And I remember watching the scene on CSI, and Grissom made this comment. He said, how do you eat an elephant? And they were sitting there, he said, one bite at a time. And I said, okay. And that's how I had to start looking at life and the things that I had to do and the places I was trying to get to. You can't do it all at once. You have to do one thing at a time. How do I eat an elephant? One bite at a time. How are we going to declutter? One thing at a time. So as we're implementing the things in which we're going to do to help us clean out, we don't have to start and do all these at one time. We can take on a little at a time. As a part of our spring decluttering, we're going to make sure we have set time aside to reconnect with ourselves. We want to reconnect with who we are. We want to rediscover our hobbies. We want to rediscover. And see, I love sunlight. I love warm weather. I'm not a winter girl because there's little sunlight. And as they say, sad, a seasonal affective disorder. That's me. I have to have some sunshine. And so as the sun comes back out, as the days become longer and the climate, the atmosphere, the weather's warmer, I want to reconnect with me. This time I want to take those nature walks. This time I want to be out in nature doing pictures and feeling good about myself and exercising and rediscovering who I am. I also like to be in the house some. I want to read. I want to do the things that make me happy or bring me joy. So that's what you need to do too this spring. We also want to reconnect. We can reconnect with those friends who we lost connection with, who we haven't talked to in a while, who we have unfortunately neglected because of other things that were going on, because we shut up in the house because of the cold weather. But now is the time to reconnect, to rediscover those, like I said, those hobbies. Pick that phone up and call your friend, write that or send that email, whatever it is that you need to do. Don't be afraid to reach out. Now's the time to reconnect, to reform those connections with your friends, with your family members, with whom, those former co-workers. It's just time to reconnect. The next spring cleaning item I have on our list, get in touch with your spiritual self. Get in touch with who you are spiritually. Whether you believe in God, source, energy, the universe, whoever, whatever it is, it's time to rediscover your spiritual self. Spend some time in prayer, in stillness, in mindfulness. Reconnect with your deeper inner being. When life it feels overwhelming, often our spiritual foundation will help to ground us. Growth isn't just external. It starts within, and we need to go within ourselves and discover again, reconnect with who we are, who we were. And we're going to step boldly into our next chapter. We are going to move into the next part of who we are, what we believe in this spring. We're going to try something new. We're going to start a new idea. We're going to set clear new boundaries. We're going to speak up for ourselves. We're going to come on out of our shell. We're letting the winter fog thaw. The winter snow melt away. And we're going to thaw out our personality. We're going to thaw out who we are. And we're going to reconnect and discover ourselves. We're going to give ourselves permission to become a better version of ourselves. We're not waiting for any sign. We're not waiting for a reconnect, because spring is your sign. It is spring. This is your sign. It's time now to reconnect with who you are, with those friends, to take up a new hobby, to clean out that mental drawer of your mind. So I thank you guys so much for listening. This has been Hey Sister by 2Q Sister, and I'll see you guys in the next podcast.